What is up, guys? What's going on? Articulated Ninja here, and welcome to another episode of Articulated Ninja's Storytime, where I retell you guys a situation I heard of, I experienced firsthand, or I witnessed for myself. And today's story is stealing $150K in action figures. And not only did it get done, they got away with it. So a quick backstory. Crowdfunding sites like these, here's a list of the top 10. As you can see, the #1 most trusted crowdfunding site of all time is Kickstarter. Crowdfunding is when a company or a person has an idea for a product and they get the finances to back said product by buyers who want the product. So think about pre-orders. So all interested buyers pay upfront for the product before the product is actually produced. Maybe some samples have been produced, but before mass production starts, they take the pre-orders first, take the money from the pre-orders first to then start production on the product. It's like a pre-order for buyers and upfront cash for the creator. Crowdfunding, I believe, was made for smaller businesses or people with a product or an idea that they want to bring to the masses. So crowdfunding, at least in my opinion, is not for multi or billion-dollar companies like McFarlane, Hasbro, HasLab, etc. No, they use crowdfunding in a very shady, unnecessary way. They have the cash flow, the capital, whatever you want to call it, to start production on their own. They don't need startups. They don't need crowdfunding sites. Anyways, now that we discussed crowdfunding, there are some amazing companies in the startup phase that use crowdfunding for the first line of products, such as the Four Horsemen, the Mythic Legions line, Fuchsia's Articulated Icons. Both those lines I backed on Kickstarter. It's the key thing. I backed them both on Kickstarter because I thought it was safe. That's the main thing here. I thought it was safe. So I backed it on Kickstarter, but I was a young genin. I was nowhere near Hokage level like I am now. I was a super young ninja. And other lines I didn't back, like Plunderlings, which seems to be really good though, and Boss Fight Studios, Vitruvian Hacks, and I didn't back those, but they look great. I bring them up to give some examples of a lot of good companies in the action figure community that have started with crowdfunding on Kickstarter. But wait, guys, Imagine if a creator started a crowdfunding project, received thousands of dollars in pledges, pre-orders basically, money up front from collectors, and they took the money and ran. Well, you don't gotta fucking imagine. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what this creator company, whatever you want to call it, Cryptid Toys, did. They literally did that shit. They took the money and ran.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
And what would happen? What would the #1 crowdfunding site in the world do about it? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, you heard me fucking right. Absolutely nothing. You know, well, how do I know this? I know this because I backed their project. And I was one of many. This isn't a pity party for just me. No, hundreds of people didn't get any refund, nothing. So this creator, Cryptid Toys, took about $64,000 from pledges from over 500 backers and never delivered. They took the money and ran.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
You know, let's get into it. I lost $230. Let me explain, guys. Before y'all come, I know it was stupid, but let me explain why I thought I was doing the right thing. And I am just one tiny fish in a giant pond. This is nothing. $230 is nothing compared to over $64,000. So their first project was this one. This is the one that they got me on.
Got him!
Their first project was called Super Articulated Blanks. It was mainly for like customizers, kit bashing, things like that. But look at these skeletons. I wasn't so interested in their blank male figures, but look at these amazing skeletons. Now, articulation looks amazing. Their skill looks great. They could have literally been the most affordable and best skeletons that are 1/12 scale to date. And yeah, we have few others to choose, but their prices are ridiculous and the scale might be kind of off. So these were easily the best offering at the time and price wise. Looking back at it, you know why the price and everything about them looks so amazing? Because I was never gonna fucking get them in the first place. They should have just put like Thanos Snap exclusives on them. Oh my god, I need friends. Now, I'm not a clickbait, fake thumbnail, totally inaccurate picture compared to video content creators, so I said over 150k stolen from action figure collectors. Well, imagine if Cryptid Toys not only didn't deliver on their first project, imagine, let's just imagine. Come with me and we'll be in a world of pure imagination, imagining this company did it twice to really get a paycheck. Stop, guys. You don't gotta fucking imagine, because of course Cryptid Toys did it twice.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
Yo, you gotta laugh at this shit because it sounds made up. It's like, yo, who's gonna fall for this twice? I'll tell you, a bunch of people fell for it twice. In specific, 484 backer/people fell for their shit twice. And this project brought in 93,891 to add to their little theft bank account. So that's why I said over 150k, because you're adding this 93 to the 64 from the last one. And yeah, now they didn't get me for the second project, but it also looked really nice. It pandered to the army builder community, which I love. Half my collection is army builders, as you guys can see, and look at these amazing looking army builders. This is what people want. Look at these figures, and what do you know? They come with a vest, 2 guns, a head, basic figure, obviously once again in swappable heads, swappable parts like mythic legions and articulated icons. This is what the people want. And once again, looking back at it, maybe they were so amazing because we were never going to get them in the first place. Too good to be true. These are the Thanos Snap exclusives. Again, Thanos Snap twice here. You know, the point here is they knew who to target and they knew how to market. And this goes to show this is obviously what the people really want. So much so that people backed this second project even after this company's first project never delivered. And it was receiving such bad feedback. At the same time, they went live with this Army Alphas project. That's how much people want figures like these. They ignore the warnings and still backed it, and obviously still got robbed. You know, Valorverse and these other companies, they have so much potential, but this is what the people want. Don't waste resources on comic books and trying to flush out your own main characters, and just provide troop builders. That's the same thing Mythic Legions did in the beginning. Sure, you want to give your troops some little backstory, that's fine, but just provide really good troop builders that mesh in with anything. Look at how they marketed this, and they swindled people twice. That's how bad people wanted this. That's crazy. Now, I'm not saying all 480 whatever backers knew about their first project, but I can say at least half, maybe a little bit less, did. Because me falling victim on their first project, a bunch of people like myself who fell victim to their first project went over while the second project was live, while the Army's Alphas was live. Dozens of people from the first project, the Articulated Blanks, went and commented publicly on their second project, the Army Alphas, multiple times in multiple different days, including myself. We warned people, hey, we already got robbed. Do not back this. Don't be an idiot like me. And as usual, because a lot of collectors love to make excuses for their deep-seated need to have these pieces of plastic, people literally said, oh, I'm sure they will deliver. They're just, you know, in the startup phase. It's their first project. You guys need to relax. Cryptid Toys may just be behind on their schedules. Companies are late all the time. So how did those excuses work out for you guys? Are they now 5 years late? Or did you guys who backed their second project and ignored all of us on the first project telling you guys not to, did you guys get robbed as well? Yeah, most likely got robbed as well. I personally lost, like I said, only about $230, and that's my fault. I should have just backed the bare minimum amount and stuck to just 1 or 2 figures, but since hey, I figured so many other companies use Kickstarter, they must be a reliable and trusted site, right? Let me get 10 figures. Well, those 10 figures must have been, like I said, Nano Snap exclusives. Since it's like they never even existed to begin with, I contacted Kickstarter multiple times and the creator multiple times to get a refund, as did many others. And like majority, nobody got their refunds. There were literally a handful of people who commented in the update section in the community tab, literally a handful of people who said that they got a refund. That's it. If I stole over $150,000 from collectors, I'd be generous enough to at least give back a few $100s as well, you know, as a good person should do. So it's great that, they was nice enough to give back some refunds to a handful of people. They didn't have to do that. Be better than me. I lost $230 because I didn't do my homework. And I figured Kickstarter was safe without looking at the fine print. But don't worry. Here is the fine print. Kickstarter is not a store, and we do not issue refunds. When you back a project, you're supporting a creator's right to try to make something new and agreeing to go along for the ride. Well,
Emotional damage, emotional damage.
my ride was bumpy as fuck and didn't even go that far. But Kickstarter made it perfectly clear, even though they're providing a platform for these quote-unquote creators to possibly scam people, that they're not going to do anything about it if they do. So I never backed anything on Kickstarter ever again, to be honest, for the most part. I'm good, man. I learned my lesson, and hopefully my lesson was a good story for one of you guys, or maybe somebody watching this video remembers the whole Cryptid Toys incident, and maybe they were a backer on the first project or the second project, Army Alphas, or maybe they were back on both projects. Comment down below. Let me know if you heard about this, if you backed it, and just how you feel about it in general. But it was a learning lesson for me. I hope I provide you guys with some entertainment, more content on the way, and more story times definitely coming in the future, because you know, life is fucking crazy, and so is this action figure community at times. So I definitely got a lot of fun ass experiences. But yo, I appreciate you guys. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm on there every day. I hope that my story was entertaining to somebody out there. It definitely made me laugh thinking about how I got played, man. It's nothing we could do about it. It is what it is. I hope you guys have a great day. And this has been an episode of Articulated Ninja's Story Time, stealing 150K. Getting away with the shit. G.I. Joe, classified, Marvel Legends on my mind, Valaverse and NECA time, Mythic Legions I must find, SH Figure Arts I can't lie, Revoltech got my pockets dry, Set Action Figures for life, Articulated Ninja is nice, yeah, you might wanna subscribe, Action Figures for life, yeah, Action Figures for life, Articulated Ninja is nice. Toy photography and army buildings, all that I need is action figures.